Hi everybody, and welcome to this pick a card reading on what are you attracting next into your life. So I have 4 piles here. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Pick whichever pile you're the most drawn to. The timestamps will be in the description box below or the comment section, so you can skip to those, click on one of those, and it will take you straight to your reading. This is a general reading, so there's a lot of messages for everybody in each pile that watches this. Also, just remember that this is what you're attracting from this moment in time. So whenever you're watching this video, it's what you're attracting from this moment in time. So if something changes, it could also change what you're attracting as well. Anyway, so I guess I'll start now. Let's go. Hi, group number 1. So this is going to be your reading for what are you attracting. Okay. Pentacles. Okay, so I definitely see that I think you're thinking about something, like you're trying to manifest something. You definitely have something on your mind that you want. I feel like you might be holding on to this thing that you're trying to manifest, like, very tightly. So maybe if you loosened your grip a bit on it, like, it would be easier for you to manifest. Okay. So what are you attracting? I feel like what you are attracting next into your life is some sort of reconciliation with somebody. I believe that is what you're attracting. Somebody from your past. And if you had an issue with something that you're kind of holding on to, I feel like you are attracting a reconciliation or something from your past. You're gonna find clarity with this situation. I feel like you're attracting clarity in communication. You're gonna attract like better communication with this person, and I feel like you're attracting like a reconciliation with like a past person, and it doesn't have to be like romantically. This could be like a friend. Just, I feel like it could be something that like you're thinking about a lot, or you're like holding on to it, like you can't really let go. But I feel like since you're thinking about it so much, like you're holding on to it so much, once you do like release your grip a bit, then you'll be able to manifest like very easily. Like it will, once you release like what you're holding on to so tightly, the communication will just like flow to you better. Like I feel like, yeah, I don't know, that's what I'm seeing. Like the 5 of Swords, you could feel like defeated or something from the past. Something from the past kind of left you feeling like you lost something. You may have lost this person, and I feel like you're really holding on to it. But if you loosened your grip a little, like, you know, when you're manifesting something and you think about it too much, that you actually like it pushes you away from it because you're so focused on having it, you start to think about not having it and worrying about not having it. And I feel like that could be what you're doing, but I don't think you're going to be doing that for very long. I feel like you will be letting go of this, and I feel as soon as you let go a bit and aren't so focused on it, that's when it will manifest into your life, and you will attract clarity with this situation, with this person from your past, I believe, and there will be communication. So I feel like there will be better communication between you and some relationship in your life. Someone perhaps from your past, or someone you have just been thinking about where you had, you know, bad communication with. I feel like you're just attracting better communication. That's all I'm really seeing. Like it's kind of clear to me that is what it is. You're attracting clarity in some relationship with someone. I'll pull one of these to make it a little more interesting. Okay, life purpose. Okay, so you could also be attracting, this person could have to do with your life purpose. So you could be, I feel like, learning, like I feel like this connection with this person that you've been through was part of your life path to like learn something from that.
Learn something from this!
I feel like this could be teaching you like about manifesting and like how it works, you know? Like it could be teaching you to like a valuable lesson about letting go. Like see how he's like letting the swords go, like he's looking behind him but he's like letting go of some swords, like, and like he's like moving on kind of. I feel like I mean, if it's not a reconciliation, you could be like moving on from a past connection and manifesting a new connection, or just like better communication with someone, or just in general in your relationships. For some of you, I feel like if you weren't a good communicator, you're manifesting a way to speak your truth, to speak up more, to see like the clarity, to be like the real you, to see the real you, to like get clarity on that. And yeah, I feel like once you do that, you might meet someone that is like essential to your life purpose, or like part of your life purpose could have to do with like connecting with people and like expressing your truth, because maybe like the truth that you express, like you are like a communicator. Like this pile just has so much to do with communication. So I feel like just communicating better. I feel like you're attracting better communication into your life, like in all aspects of your life, with people, relationships, like romantically, and just in general. Your life purpose card, because your life purpose could be to like learn to communicate better, because maybe you're meant to be like a good communicator or something, you know what I mean? It says life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. So yeah, I definitely feel like I hear music, but I'm gonna ignore it. Yeah, I definitely feel like this has a lot to do with clarity and just like speaking your truth. And I feel like you're attracting new connections and better connections with people into your life because of this. Because you're gonna be able to be like your authentic self more. You're gonna be able to express yourself. Like, see how he's writing? Like, I feel like this is like freely expressing yourself, like, so you can communicate better with other people. Like, this pile is all about communication. Like, maybe you hold a lot of things to yourself, you don't let that out, but I feel like you're attracting a way to like communicate better with other people. You're attracting more people, perhaps like more people the same as you, like into your life, like more people you can be yourself around. And it could be like a message you're receiving from somebody you could be getting, or it could be you being able to communicate better with people. Just overall, you are attracting better communication. So that could be from other people, or that could be to other people. And that's all I'm really seeing from this. But yeah. Hi, group 2. So this is going to be your reading for what are you attracting into your life from this moment. Okay. Okay. Wow, okay. Oh, wow, okay. So what you are attracting is a huge change, like a major life-changing event, I feel. This is really cool. 7 of Cups in reverse. So I feel like you might have been like really clouded or like confused in the past. Okay, hold on. This is really interesting. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Wow. Okay, so I feel like okay, so what you are attracting into your life is literally like a huge spiritual change in your life. In the past, you may have been someone who thought like very logically about things. Like, you would always use like your logic, your intellect to like make decisions. Like, you may be like making a decision right now, or you may be like, this card can talk about like fear of like stepping into the unknown, like, and also like planning, like moving towards something, making a plan, or like what's coming next. Like, a decision between two things as well. So I feel like the two things are like that are like fighting right now in your brain, or like your logical side and your like less logical side, you know, like your intuition side, your third eye side. This is like the third eye chakra. So this is really, really exciting, because I feel like what is changing for you could be like you could have a huge spiritual awakening. Like that's what I feel like you're attracting, is a spiritual awakening, because this card can talk about like in the past, like sleepwalking through life, or like being like living without clarity, like being confused, or like in illusions. Like you may have had like a lot of options too, and like you didn't know which way to go, or like why all these things were in front of you. You're like, what's going on? Like just confusion. And you may be like trying to like work it out like logically and spiritually, and maybe you feel like you can't like move forward or make a decision, or like maybe your fear was holding you back, because maybe you were like afraid of the unknown, and like that's why you like stayed so much in your head like logically, because you didn't want to like open like that spiritual side. Like you kept your third eye closed, like you were scared to fully like shift into that energy. Like see how he's like shift it. This is a shifting card, but this is kind of like, I mean, it's upside down, so he's not like really shifting, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like something is gonna like crack for you. Like the universe is kind of like pushing this to happen. Like you might feel like a buildup of like kind of like stressful energy, or just like confusing energy, because that's usually what happens before like a big shift in your life happens. You may feel like stuck in a place, or like you're at a place where you know like something is gonna change maybe, but you're kind of scared to like hop into that change. But it doesn't really matter, because I feel like that's what you're attracting anyway, and the universe is gonna like bring you this huge shift, and you're just gonna like ascend into spiritual shift. I don't know, like your third eye is just gonna like crack open. I feel like you're attracting a spiritual awakening. Like that's what you're attracting, is a spiritual awakening. Like I don't know, with this, the Chariot, like this awakening, because perhaps like you were like deciding between something in the past, like should I stay or should I go with something. I don't know, like maybe travel, maybe not travel related, but like should I stay or should I go? And like I feel like you're gonna attract a spiritual awakening that's just gonna like give you the answer that you've been like thinking about. You're just gonna know like this is gonna shift you in like a new direction. Like this is gonna shift you forward into the place you need to be going, that you may have been afraid to go before. But you're gonna have a spiritual awakening that pushes you into the direction you need to be going. Like this spiritual awakening is going to like push you on the right path, and that's what you are attracting. So that's super cool. I think that's cool. I can pull one of these to see like what they say. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Law of attraction. Okay, cool. So like this card, I'm gonna read it to you. The law of attraction is like manifesting things. Like the law of attraction, like when you believe in something and you act as if you have it, like you attract it into your life. What you focus on, what you're focusing on, putting energy into, like you'll attract that into your life. So like maybe in the past, since you weren't really open to like the unknown, the spiritual stuff before, like you were so closed off to it. I see you like being like forced almost by like the universe, like it's gonna like push this stuff in your face to the point where you like can't ignore it anymore maybe, and then you're just gonna be like, wow, like, and you're gonna start focusing on it more, and then you're gonna see it show up more, because the things we focus on and put energy into, like we attract more of that. So with this card, it says the law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. Do I even know that word? I don't know. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So the universe is definitely working with you, and I feel like you're shifting into a state to be more receptive to that. So you're attracting a huge spiritual awakening, a huge shift in your consciousness. I feel like that is what you're attracting, and this shift that you're attracting is going to help you move forward with a decision and push you onto the right path. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing for this pile. I think that's really cool. I like this pile. This is cool. Also, I just want to say too that with a spiritual awakening, like it's never like easy. Like the Tower card, like everything's like getting struck by lightning, like it's being shook up, like the crown chakra like is opening, like, you know, and that's why you might feel like a lot of like pressure first, or just you might feel really weird or like off before the shift actually happens. You're gonna feel like weird energies first, and then you're gonna be like forced into like a new perspective, you know, because you can't keep going in the same circle. Like something needs to change, so you're attracting a huge change, a huge shift. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing for that. It's really cool. Hi group 3, so this is going to be your reading for what are you attracting. Okay. I'm gonna pull. Okay, this is making sense to me. So like, I feel like what you're attracting, yeah, so what you're attracting next is definitely like, I feel like if you're isolating yourself right now, like from your family or like people, or you might feel like really like the odd one out, or you might feel like really different or isolated from your family, you know, like, or like your friends, just people around you that like seem like a family to you, like you might feel really different from them. And if you feel pressure like from your family or like from other people to like do a certain thing or be a certain way, I feel like what you're attracting is like a time to like really go inside yourself and figure yourself out and what you really want, and find your own like inner voice. I feel like that's what you're attracting. You're attracting like connecting with your intuition better, like going inside yourself and really like connecting with the light inside yourself, like the guiding light inside yourself, like how he has the lantern there, like that's what I'm talking about, like self-reflection. And I feel like that is going to lead you, like when you follow like your intuition, that's going to be the thing that leads you into like success and recognition. I feel like you will be recognized for doing your own thing and like following your own intuition and listening to your higher self, like because this is like a very like spiritual chakra, so it talks about like it's like your crown chakra, so like connecting with like the spiritual realm like above your head, you know, and like being able to connect with that and like be aligned spiritually and receive messages. And I feel like you're going to be listening a lot to your higher self rather than like the people around you. If there's like a decision, the noise up there is really bothering me. Anyway, if there's like a decision that you feel like you have to make between two different things, then I feel like, or if you feel pressured to like do one thing, or like your priorities are in different places, I feel like the best thing you can do is like isolate yourself from other people and really like figure out individually like your own individual voice. I feel like that's what you're attracting, is like a more intuitive side of yourself. One second. That is so annoying. I'm literally... Okay, sorry, I was interrupted. I low-key like have beef with my one roommate. He's like my enemy. I can't stand him anyway. Forgive me if my energy is a little psychotic right now. Anyway, but yeah, your family life, if that was a little topsy-turvy, I feel like you are finding your own self and your own inner voice, like, and it's not that you need to like break away from your family. I just feel like you're finding your individual spark inside yourself that makes you you, and you're following like your intuition, and that's gonna guide you. Like you're attracting success and recognition because you are like following your intuition. I feel like that's what you're attracting, is a better sense of self overall, a better sense of who you are. Perfect timing. Let me read this. Now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. Yeah, for sure. So I feel like that's what you're attracting, and that's what you're manifesting, is like your own success. And you're manifesting this because you went inside yourself and you listened to your inner voice, and it led you to like this direction. Like, you know, like what you're meant to do, you know what you need to do, you know what you feel in your heart you want to do. And I feel like because you listen to that, like, you are attracting like this success all at the perfect time. And I feel like in like due time, in the perfect timing, like, you will have support from the people around you. And maybe it feels like people aren't supporting you right now because they don't visually see like what you are manifesting, but like, and that's why they like don't believe as much in it. Like, they believe in you, but like maybe like the things you're going after like seem unbelievable to them. So maybe like when the timing's right, like, everyone will see, you know, like, you'll get your success, like, and I feel like that's what it's saying. Like, that's what you're attracting. But yeah, that's all I'm really seeing. Hi, group 4, so this is going to be your reading for what are you attracting into your life. Okay. Okay, so with this, I feel like you might be like a very like traditional type of person. Like, maybe you like to stick to like what you know, like you have very like traditional values, like by the book kind of things. You like to just go about your life like conventionally, because I feel like with this card, like, that's what that talks about. And with this card though, that's like the opposite. That's like the Aquarius cards. That's like the unconventional side of things, and this is like the root chakra. So I feel like you might be like very like stable and secure with where you are right now. Like, you have stability. Like, maybe you don't want to like change that. Like, you're I feel like you might be like yearning for something greater. You might be yearning for something greater than what you have, but you might be like afraid to move forward. Like, you might have like a fear of judgment of other people if you start going outside of the lines of what you're already doing now. But I feel like what you are attracting is like, I mean, this card can also talk about hope. So I feel like you may be like keeping faith with something, or like your dreams, like maybe like a wish, like a wish coming true or something. I feel like that could be what you're attracting. But I feel like this could be something you're like very, very emotional about, or you might be attracting like a better, like more in touch with like your feelings, because maybe you were so like stable and like secure before, or maybe you're afraid that like if you do go after this thing that it'll like mess with your emotional self. I feel like that's what it's like, I feel like you have a good sense of like your emotions, like it says Master of Chalices. So I feel like you are like, you have a vision, like you can see pretty clearly what you want. I feel like, but it says envy here, so I feel like if you stay in that envious energy, like, you won't be able to attract what you actually want. And that could make you like very emotional. I feel like you feel like very like strongly emotionally connected to like what you want, but I feel like you're afraid to go after it because of like the fear of being too different or too unconventional. I feel like that with the Star card. You might have a fear of that, and you may see other people like living their best life, and you're like, oh, I wish I could be like them. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do this. And you can do that. You're just letting your fear get in the way, because like the people you're seeing and like wishing you could be like them, like you may be like comparing yourself to them and like looking up to them like they're this star, but the only thing they're doing different is like they're not afraid of judgment. They're not afraid to be different. And I feel like maybe in the past you were afraid to be different, but perhaps you were gaining a new perspective on that. And I see you like attracting a new way of thinking that leads you to get outside of that box that you may feel like you're stuck in, you know? Hold on, let me pull one of these. Heart chakra. Yeah, so I feel like this pile is saying like listen to your heart, like your emotions, like listen to like what speaks to your heart, and like heal your heart and go after that. And don't feel dissatisfied with what you have now, like, because like what you have now could be great too. Like it's great that you are so like stable and like you have these like traditional values, like blah blah blah, but if you don't follow your heart and like jump into like being different and stuff like that, then I feel like you won't like manifest like your real wish, you know? And I feel like that's what it's saying. But I do feel like you are attracting that. It's just like it's like a call of judgment for you. It's like shifting into that energy, like from this traditional energy to a more unconventional energy, and I feel like you are doing that. It says, love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. So I feel like it's safe for you to like go after this dream you have, and I feel like that's what you're attracting. You're attracting like even like more comfortability like with your heart and with your individuality. But that's kind of like the last pile. Like they're kind of similar, but different in a way. Because with envy, like you may be dissatisfied with the regular way of doing things. Like maybe you're not even the type of person that values that. You're just like so dissatisfied because your life is just so conventional to you and you want something more. You're striving for something more, and your heart is telling you go after something more because you're so bored with like the regular things in life that you have now. Like you're so bored with that right now. So I feel like you are attracting something greater than what you have now. Like you are attracting that. But with the envy card, I feel like it's just saying to like stop feeling dissatisfied and like start seeing like what you can have rather than what you can't have. You know, I feel like that's what it's saying, and I feel like that's what you're attracting. But like comparing yourself to other people is like never a good thing if you're doing that. I feel like with that card and that card, I feel like that might be like part of it. But I feel like you are attracting, it's hard to like narrow it down to like a specific thing, but I feel like you're attracting like your true heart's desire to like like what you truly want, that's like what you're attracting. You're attracting, like you're going after your dreams. Like I feel like that's what you're attracting. But if you don't step out of that like envious energy, like I feel like you're just gonna attract more envious energy, you know, and you'll be stuck in like your traditional life. Change won't happen. I feel like you need to not be afraid of change and just like dare to be different, you know. I feel like that's what you're attracting, is seeing the hope and the faith and the potential that you can have. You're looking out and you're just like seeing that now, and maybe you weren't seeing that before. I feel like that's what you're attracting, because you're looking into like faith and hope rather than like dissatisfaction. Just following your heart and stuff like that. I don't know, that's all I'm really seeing for this pile. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching my readings. A lot of them were surprisingly, wow, I'm really that tired that I can't speak properly. Surprisingly like similar to each other. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I guess we'll see.